Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So excited to be giving you guys another video. These are like my most watched famous videos, my everyday slay makeup look. I did create a playlist with all of the videos that I have done since the first one, I think last year or 2 years ago, so you guys can watch the progressiveness of my makeup skills and the products and how I have evolved my everyday makeup slay look. This one is my everyday slay look for the springtime, even though we haven't really hit it yet. This right here is actually my everyday slay look for any time that I need to get out the door, don't know what I'm gonna wear, I know I have to put a bead on. This is what I go to. So if you guys want to see how I achieve my everyday slay makeup look, then please keep on watching. First, I'm going to start on my face, and I really have been liking the Loren Mercier foundation primer. This is the hydrating one. I like the feel of it. It doesn't feel silicone to me. The texture is actually really nice and hydrating, which I actually love. Sometimes some primers say that it's hydrating, and when you put it on, it feels really dry or kind of weird. So this one holds up to what it says it does. I'm gonna start with my brows. I usually don't do them on camera, but I am gonna do them today. I really have been liking the new Urban Decay Double Down Brow Powder, and also my Precisely Matte Brow, which is something that I always go to. So it just depends on what kind of brow I want to go for, but this is more like my everyday brow powder, easy, quick. But when I want them a little bit more defined and a little bit natural, I go in with the Precisely Matte Brow, which is what I'm gonna be doing today. So I start by just defining the bottom of my brow, give it the shape that I want, and then I just start running the spoolie over my eyebrow hairs. That way I can see the areas that I have gaps in that I could just fill in really quickly. And I like to do hair-like strokes so it looks a little more natural, since my brows are pretty much full as I want them to. But some areas they're a little bald. Some things light, not too much. Now to clean up my brows, I usually will go in with heavy concealer, but lately I've been doing less because less is more. Taking my NARS Medium Custard Soft Matte Concealer. I like using this to outline my brows and give it a little bit more definition and just clean them up overall. And for that, I'm going to be taking my Sigma F70 concealer brush. What I'll do is apply a little bit of concealer in the outer half of my eye, right where my arch is at, and then I blend it out. Usually I will go all the way in, but I feel like this way it looks a lot more natural. To set my brows, I'm taking my Morphe brow gel. It's the only one that I've been using for the past couple months now, and I really like how it sets onto my eyebrow hairs. These eyebrows literally do not move until I wash them off. Another good thing about this concealer, because it is soft matte, I don't really have to worry about setting it, which creates another layer of product onto my eyelid, which allows me to have a smoother, more noticeable eyeshadows. So the palette that I have been using pretty much on an everyday basis, you guys know that my Francation palette was my ride or die, but this one is slowly and surely becoming my favorite everyday slay palette. It is the Dream palette by Sigma and Beauty Bird. It just has literally all the colors that you need, and now coming into the spring, I plan on using these colors right here that I have not played around with at all. But I have been sticking to the more neutral colors right here. They are just so amazing and such a good eyeshadow formula. First, I'm gonna start by taking my Sigma Taper Blending E40 blending brush, and I'm gonna go in with the color Caramelito. It is a caramel color with a little bit of orange in it, and I'm gonna start working that color in the outer part of my eye. Really blend that color into the crease and then softly bring it inward with whatever is left onto the brush. Also, you don't want to apply this color too far up because we still want the brow bone to have that bone color. I love this color so much, you guys, because it is such a pretty mustardy colors for my crease, and I love a good mustard yellow orange, but I barely have any shades like this one. And for me, since I love orange and bronze tones, I feel like this color complements really well with those kind of colors. Up next, we're gonna take the shade Boo Boo. It is more of a soft brown everyday crease color, and I'm gonna be applying that color using my Morphe M505 brush. Okay, so now you have the option of leaving the look matte or adding a shimmery color. As you can see, this palette has really pretty shimmers, but I feel like the one that is most wearable and not too shimmery for an everyday look is this one called Buenos Dias, right over here. I'm going to be taking a flat shader brush. This is my MAC 247, and I'm going to apply Buenos Dias onto my lid. No fix spots needed or any setting spray. These are really pigmented, and I'm just going to apply that all over my lid, and then going back, blending brush, I'm going to buff out the edges. Another step or technique that I've been doing a lot that I've never done before is applying a cream stick shadow to my lower lash line. I really have been liking that sultry lash line look. I feel like it looks more natural, more wearable, and easier to achieve than an everyday wing. So the one that I've been loving is this one by Loren Mercier. It's called Caviar Stick Eye Color, which you can use all over the lid, blend it out, or you can use for many things as well. This is in the color Cocoa. It is a beautiful, rich brown shade. Sorry, my hands are so disgusting. And what I like to do is only apply this in the outer part of my eyelid. It doesn't have to be exactly precise because we are gonna buff that out anyways and then set it with eyeshadow. Sometimes when you apply eyeshadow, you have to keep building it up and then it starts looking really messy. But this allows to the eyeshadow, whenever you buff it out, to stick to it, so it still leaves a nice color payoff. And it's so creamy, guys. Like, these work over any glitter, any eyeshadow, any texture. These are amazing. Now, taking a regular like buffer brushes from like Anastasia with no extra product, I'm gonna go ahead and start buffing that onto the lash line, and it gives you the illusion that you have eyeliner on, which you really kind of don't. Now, going in with the color Tacos and Chill, it looks like carne molida, like ground beef. That's like the only way I can explain it. It's like the perfect color for that. I'm gonna be taking that color and pressing that onto my lash line as well. It's just like so many dimensions and shades of brown. It makes your eyes pop and it makes the look really, really elaborate when it's like really, really easy. Now, if you want to go for the extra step, you can always add a black eyeshadow, like tight line to your lash line to give it more of the illusion that you have fuller lashes. And I like to do that with an angled brush. I dip into the black eyeshadow. This one is called Fearless, and really carefully I start applying that really closely to my lash line. Now, taking a makeup wipe, really important, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit. So now the eyeshadow is done until we apply like the inner corner highlight and all that comes later. I really like this palette, and I feel like it's really wearable and usable for like the average makeup consumer. So if you guys are interested, you know that you can always use my code Vale as Sigma for 10% off your checkout. Now I'm gonna be applying mascara using one of my favorites, the Superhero Mascara by IT Cosmetics. For lashes, using Lily Lashes. As always, I am using a fresh new pair of my Mykonos, which I am so excited about. I love pulling out a new lash set. Just let's admire how beautiful these are. Like, they're just perfect in every way. You can also use my code Vale at checkout to save some money on these right here. For primer, I'm gonna start by taking my Versali Unicorn Essence drops. Oof, I just love these so much. It feels so good. And then to fill in my pores, I've been really into that look lately. That's why my makeup has been looking, I feel like, a lot better, because I've taken the extra step to really focus on like on other areas of my skin. Taking my Versali Skin Tune Blur Primer and also the Master Blur Stick from Maybelline. These two together are like an absolute dream. It's insane. So first I go in with my Versali Skin Tune Blur because it is a liquid formula. Obviously, I like to let this set in the skin first. And with this product, even though it's a pore filler or like a blur primer, I do apply it like all over my face for like an even coverage. And then for only like my T-zone area, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Master Blur Stick. I got this to use in one of my latest drugstore videos, but as you guys know, if you saw it, that I forgot to use it. But ever since then, I have been giving this a try and I use it every single day. So I apply this all over my nose area, my cheeks, around my mouth, my chin, and right here in my T-zone. And I blend it out with my hands, nothing special. But you guys, it makes the biggest difference. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but in person, my skin looks really just like blurred out, and like I almost have like a filter on. Like, it looks super smooth, and I really have been enjoying that look. For foundation, I really have just been trying like a lot of foundations. So today I'm gonna be using the Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating one. The reason I'm choosing this one is because I am more tan these days, so I feel like this one will match really well with my skin. But for this look, any foundation will do depending on your coverage. It's just more about like the technique that I've been using and what products I have been loving and things like that. And to build my foundation lately, I've been loving to go with a brush. You guys know that I love my Sigma brushes, especially the Flat Kabuki F80 by Sigma. It is one of my staples. And then whatever is left, I go in with a blender. But I just like how it gives me such a nice full coverage look. Like, I feel like those two primers can make any foundation look really good. My skin is looking really flawless, honey. For concealer, I'm gonna be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. I'm gonna be spraying my Fenty Beauty sponge, and I'm gonna be blending out my concealer with this. And then to bake my face, I really have been liking the Huda Beauty baking powder. It is just luxurious. It is brightening. It smells amazing. A lot of people tell me that they're not crazy about the fragrance, but I'm like, honey, I'm all for the fragrance. I want to smell rich when you give me a kiss. I also have gone back to using my luminous face powder by Galactic. I talked about it in my favorite or best powder to spend your money on video. Really love this stuff. I'm just gonna go in with a regular brush and I'm gonna buff the areas where I did not bake. So pretty much like my cheek area, underneath of my chin and my forehead. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes. Do you guys see the difference that the lashes make? Not only that, like the smoked out liner gives the illusion that you have so much going on in your eyes, but in reality it's just brown eyeshadow, and the lashes that are so fluffy makes you look expansive. All about technique, honey, that's all it is. To bronze, I'm taking my Hoola bronzer, What's New, something that I will probably always use. Taking my Sigma Large Angle Contour F40 brush. With that same brush, what I like to do is squeeze it, and I like to run it a little bit on the sides of my nose. I would never like do this to my nose because I feel like it was really noticeable in person, but honestly it's not that bad at all, and it does chisel out my nose a lot more, and I really have been liking the look of it, guys. So I don't know how long it will last for, but I really like it. No one has told me it looks bad, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Up next, again, is my taper highlighter F35. Taking what's left of my Huda powder in the cap, and I'm gonna run that like that. Let it bake for a minute to kind of clean up this area right here, and then whatever's left, I like to run it down my nose, brighten up the area again, and kind of like buff out the bronzer a little bit. Beautiful. For my lower lashes, I typically just don't do anything to it. I leave them just as they are and apply mascara, and it gives me more of that brighter eye look because I have so much going on my eyeshadow, but not really. But I feel like lower eyeshadow on me looks good on occasion, not for every day. So that's what I'm gonna show you guys. One product that I have been loving for my eyes as well, that I literally put on every single time I do my makeup, is this brightening pencil from Benefit. It is the roller liner, and you guys, it makes the biggest difference in the world. I like how bright it makes my eyes look. I apply this in mascara, and literally that's all I need for my lower lashes. Also, it's from Benefit. You guys know I love Benefit. It is the best brightening pencil that I have ever tried. Like, I really recommend this if you guys have been looking for one, or even if you want to try this technique, I'll see how it looks on your eyes. You will definitely love that one. Going back in with my superhero mascara from IT Cosmetics to coat my lower lashes. Like, I just love how clean my eye looks, if that makes any sense. And this mascara, it has been like the best one and only one that has worked this great on my lower lashes, so that's why it's my everyday mascara. For blush and highlight, this has been my go-to palette ever since I got it. When I looked at it, I knew that it was love at first sight, and I have not put it down, guys. I use it every single day. It has become my go-to. It is from BH Cosmetics. It is called the Vale palette. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Coral for my blush, and occasionally I like mix them all together, and I swirl that right onto my cheek and then bring it all the way back, and then a little bit on my nose, just like a tad bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and buff out the excess powder. You guys see how it's all nice and clean. To set my face, I'm gonna go in first with my e.l.f. Active Cool Down Mist. The Sun Kiss highlight. It is one of my most liked highlights in a while, and for some reason every time I'm like, I'm gonna try a new highlighter, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go back to this one. I feel like it is just the right amount of glow. It's not too much, not too little. It's beaming, not blinding, gold, but not too gold, and it photographs, guys, so beautifully without me having to like load it on for it to be able to see, for it to be able to be seen like on my pictures. So I really love this highlighter. And I take my E30 pencil brush. I'm gonna apply that in the inner corners really heavily. I like this area to be really brightened these days, like super brightened. And then as always, you guys know I can't miss my brow bone. And then to finish up my face, really melt the products together. You guys know that I really have been loving this PIXI Glow Mist. Like, the letters are almost fade out, but I really love how it makes my skin look after applying so many products. And no lie, I feel like the more I put on of this spray, like the better my skin keeps looking. For liner, I'm gonna be taking this one with Dust of Colors called Escape Liner, and I'm gonna be overlining my lips with this color. I really have been liking these lip liners. I feel like they don't have a really wide range of like brown nudes, but they do have a lot of pinky tones and like more like everyday lighter tones. But for me, maybe two that work for me like on an everyday basis that is dark enough for my brown nude colors. But this one right here, Escape, is one of my favorite ones, but you do have to be careful because if you pull it up too much, they break easily, at least mine do. So that's something that I have really been upset about because I have broken literally like 3 of them, like a lot of product, just by applying too much pressure. So it is retractable. Maybe that's why it's like more of a delicate lip liner, but I'm used to like my lip pencils that I can just sharpen up and they're good to go. So just something to keep in your notes when looking for a new lip liner, especially if you're looking at the Dose of Color one. But this color is absolutely gorgeous. And for lips, I'll be doing a lip combo that I really have been obsessing over. The new I Love Sarayen ColourPop Sonia de Coco liquid lipstick and the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. Going in with the liquid lipstick first. Also, it is very drying, so keep that in mind as well. That's why most of the time I go in with like a gloss or lipstick on top of it, so it's not so drying onto my lips. And now for the icing on the cake, finish the whole look going in with the Ultimate Gloss by Fenty Beauty. And like I apply it just like in the pout of my lip, and voila, this look is complete, guys. Well guys, that was it for this video. I really hope that you guys loved and enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to give it a big don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. We're so close to 100K. Let's get it. They ain't ready for that 100K. No, they ain't ready. Also, I will have all the products that I use and mention listed down below, along with their links and discount codes. I am really excited to show you guys all the fun content that I have planned for Valentine's. So starting this week and also next week, I'll be throwing in Valentine related videos and also my 5 days of glam. So really excited about that. That was it for today, guys. I love you so much. Muchos besitos y abrazos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.